Over the last couple of weeks, we learned all about what is economics. We learned that economics isn't really about the money, it isn't what we make or buy, or even about what companies, governments, or even entire countries make or buy. It's about the people, their feelings and behavior, and people are the hardest thing in the world to understand. We learned that economics is the study of how people make choices, and that there's lots of stuff in the world, but you can't have everything, so you have to make choices. You decide. Should I spend my allowance on a jacket or sneakers? It's your choice. Choose well. What's the best way to spend my money? I want both, but I don't have enough cash. What do I want and what do I need? I want the sneakers, but I need the jacket. I want the sneakers, but I need a jacket. What will make me happiest? If I buy the sneakers, I will look cool. And if I buy the jacket, I will feel warm. Economics is interested in how we, children, adults, businesses, governments, and entire countries choose. It also looks at the bigger picture, our choices create when we add them all together. We learned that there's 4 types of resources: natural resources, capital resources, human resources, and entrepreneurship. And we learned that the man with a plan taught us about the difference between supply and demand. Supply is the producer that makes the things, and demand is the people that want to buy it. If you have lots of customers but not much profit, then it's too cheap and people will buy everything. But if you want to make the most profit you can, people will not buy it because it's too expensive. And then you will not make any money. But if you sell the jam at the right price and people want to buy it at that price, then you have a good supply and demand equilibrium price. Okay? And then we learned that the free market doesn't mean that you get stuff free, but it means we have the freedom to trade. We are free to choose where to live, what to do, and who to work for. And we learned that we have a economy, sorry about that, and that sometimes people will have to reduce their costs so they can get some of their money back. We learned about the global economy, that where we trade with countries, and we learned that we can get goods via ships, trucks, and aeroplanes all over the world. And if you can't pay, the country gets into difficulties and it might resort into just paying off interest. And that's when developing countries get trapped in poverty. Okay? And then we learned that the economy has 4 seasons. They always occur in the same order, but we never know how long these seasons are going to last. We have expansion, and then prosperity, and then recession, and then recovery. Okay, and then from recovery we go back to expansion, and it goes in this vicious cycle of growth and prosperity and recession. Growth, prosperity, recession, growth. And that's just how money works. And then there's taxes. All the things that we get and use, we need to pay taxes on. Okay? So that the government has money to pay for our police and pay for our hospitals and pay for the schools. All fun stuff. And then we learned that the best things in life are free. Even if we buy 1,000 things. We're never going to be happy unless our hearts are happy. And even though the government measures our happiness with a GDP, and I don't think measuring how much people buy is a good measure of happiness. But we also learned how to be happier, to eat healthier food, watch less TV, spend more time, think happy thoughts, buy less stuff, and that a treat every now and then makes you happier than a treat every day. All these things we learned this week. Please write me a paragraph about 5 things that you can remember.